You ever have one of those days where you feel invisible? Not in a dramatic way. Not like you're screaming in a room and no one hears you. It's quieter than that, more subtle. It's like you show up, you give what you have, you pour out what's in you, and still, no one seems to really see you. Not the real you. Not the weight you're carrying. Not the effort it took to just get through the day. I've had those days. I've had them more than a few. And in that quiet ache, where no one checks in, no one asks, how are you really? That's where today's episode lives. Because even when it feels like no one notices, God does. He sees you fully, tenderly, consistently. Not just in your big moments, but in your small ones, the unseen ones, the ones where you feel passed over, ignored, or just exhausted. And if that's where you are right now, I just want you to take a deep breath. We don't have to fix anything in this moment. You don't have to perform. You don't have to press through or be strong. You're allowed to just be. And know this, you are seen. You are deeply seen. Let's settle into that today. There was a season in my life, not too long ago, where I kept showing up for others and slowly started disappearing in the process. I don't mean disappearing from the outside. I was still there, still smiling, still doing what I thought I was supposed to do. But inside, I was slowly slipping. And I don't think anyone noticed. People saw the surface. They saw the productivity, the consistency, the faithfulness. But they didn't see the cracks. They didn't see the days when I cried on the bathroom floor after smiling all afternoon. They didn't see the sleepless nights where my thoughts wouldn't stop racing. And the worst part, I started to believe that maybe I wasn't supposed to be seen. That maybe being invisible was just the cost of being strong or being reliable or being spiritual. That is not the way of God. He never called you to disappear so others could shine. He never asked you to shrink so others could be comfortable. He never intended for your worth to be measured by how well you hold it all together. You are not invisible to him. Even in your silence, he hears. Even in your stillness, he sees. Even in your tiredness, he understands. And this part might be for you if you've been walking around with that weight of quiet disappointment. The kind you don't even talk about anymore because you've learned to carry it without complaint. You don't lash out. You don't explode. You just carry it. That invisible grief, that deferred hope, that unspoken prayer that you stop expecting to be answered, let me speak into that place today. You are not unseen. There's this quiet verse tucked into the Old Testament that has held me through many seasons. Genesis 16, verse 13, NIV. She gave this name to the Lord, who spoke to her. You are the God who sees me. For she said, I have now seen the one who sees me. That was Hagar speaking. She wasn't a leader. She wasn't in a position of honor. She was a woman cast aside, overlooked, mistreated. And yet, in the middle of her wilderness, abandoned, pregnant, alone, God saw her. Not just physically, he saw her being, her pain, her story. And he didn't just see her, he spoke to her. He comforted her. He sent her back with dignity. She was the first person in the Bible to give God a name, El Roi, the God who sees me. Isn't that something? God didn't wait for her to become important before he noticed her. He didn't need her to be surrounded by community or approval or titles. He met her in isolation. That tells me something about how God moves. He doesn't just show up when the spotlight's on. He shows up in the shadows. And maybe that's what he's doing for you right now. I don't know where you're listening from today. If you're in the middle of your day or about to lay your head down for the night. But I want you to hear this deeply. God sees the way you show up for others, even when no one shows up for you. God sees the effort you put into healing, even when it's slow. God sees the nights you choose prayer instead of spiraling. God sees the dreams you've put on hold to care for others. God sees the strength it takes to smile when you feel empty. He sees it all, and He honors it. I wish I could sit across from you right now and look you in the eyes and say, you are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not wasting your life. Every small act of faith, every quiet moment of surrender, every tear cried in private, it matters. Because the God who sees you in the quiet, He's not done with your story. And maybe this week, instead of pushing harder, trying more, proving more, what if you just allowed yourself to be seen? To sit with God in the quiet. To open your heart just enough to say, here I am. No pretending. No striving. Just honesty. Just you and Him. He's never needed more than that. Thank you for being here today. If this episode spoke to you, feel free to share it. But right now, you don't have to do anything at all. But maybe just pause. Let it settle. Let it land in the place it was meant to. And remember, in the quiet, you're not alone. You are seen. You are loved. And you are being carried, even now. Let this spark carry you. One step, one moment, one breath at a time. This is Sparked in the Quiet, and I'll meet you right here next time.